I definitely think that Michael Todd looked a little bit nervous while talking about his upcoming super match against Vitaly Laletin. But before we discuss that, let's talk about the recent AWC super match event which happened yesterday. The first match was between Roman and Pavel. Roman, the 18-year-old, won this battle 3-0. It was a hook versus top roll match. Then the second match was between Lucas and Serhii Ishchenko, and Lucas won this match 3-0 pretty dominantly. Towards the end, he even intentionally flop pressed his opponent. Petra Dam versus Brigitta Ivanfi. Brigitta was too much, 3 flash pins on the left arm. And then we had Thomas versus John Tyrion. John Tyrion was on a good run. He defeated everyone recently except for Craig Tullier. But in this match, the home crowd support for Thomas was way too much and he just simply refused to lose in front of the Polish crowd. John had the hand control, but the flop wrist desperation move from Thomas was way too much and John Tyrion fouled out a bunch of times. 3-1 victory for Thomas. Then after that we had this match, Manuel from Italy versus Peter. The Ukrainian won the first round, but then Manuel Battaglia kept applying his pronation and he ended up winning the match 3-1. Then finally the big match that people were waiting for. Frank Lamparelli, another Italian, versus Krasimir Kostadinov. Krasi hooked him 3 times in a row without much trouble. The Bulgarian looked really good. He even hooked him outside of straps in the third round and just cruised for a 3-0 victory. So overall, a great super match event. It was free to watch, almost perfect video quality, and Alex Kurdecha was good on the microphone. As much as I didn't like him during the press conference, I don't think he should be given that job anymore. He was terrible at it. Surprisingly, his commentary was okay. Before this, there was a tournament as well, which is also free to watch on their YouTube channel. I'll link that in the description of this video. So Michael Todd said, Vitaly is extremely dangerous. He's an extremely dangerous opponent. So by no means am I just going to be able to beat him. It sounds like he thinks he's not going to be able to beat him, but I think what he was trying to say is that he's not going to be able to defeat him easily. He said that everything tells him that he's going to face the strongest Vitaly that anyone has ever faced. I know I'm getting the best Vitaly, but he will get the best Michael too. Michael said that if he follows the program which he has set for himself and if he takes adequate rest before the match, he believes he has good chances of winning the super match. So throughout this live stream, he was very practical and I would say somewhat even underestimating his chances of maybe even dominating this upcoming super match. But he did look slightly nervous to me. I'm not saying that always claiming to be able to defeat your upcoming opponent to predict that sort of thing is a good way to show your confidence, but this Michael looked a little bit different to me. And maybe it is good that he's not putting that much pressure on himself. As of now, Michael is about 314 pounds. He's planning to be about 320 pounds for this Vitaly match, and he's planning to increase his riser lift from about 90 pounds and take it up to 100 pounds for this match. He believes that should be enough to defeat Vitaly Laletin. Then Engin asked a question about the fans having a concern that Michael may not be able to slip against Vitaly because lots of people have faced this problem while facing him. It's obvious his hand is very, very strong, but I don't think anyone is capable of slipping better than me. I have never had a hand that I couldn't slip out of. Michael mentioned that even Georgy Zaranov and also Artyom Morozov was able to slip against Vitaly in one round, and he is far better than those guys at slipping. So there shouldn't be any problem for him to slip against Vitaly, especially when the intentional slip being a lost rule is gone now. We recently saw Vitaly successfully attempting a flop press to defeat Artyom Morozov. I know it was the left arm and Morozov was already injured by that time, but it still says that if needed, Vitaly will try to use that move. Whether it is going to be effective against Michael or not, we'll have to wait and see. But personally, I don't think it will work against Michael. You literally need to be a Jerry Cadret level presser to be able to flop press Michael to the pad, and Vitaly Laletin clearly isn't Jerry Cadret. So that's why it is going to be a problem for him. And Michael mentioned that if someone tries to flop press into his arm the way Gennady tried it, there is no one in this world who can flop press him. Even Levan Saginashvili or Jerry Cadret or Gennady Quickvinia. Literally no one. But if they can flop press into his fingers or his hand like Hermes Gasparini did, then there is a possibility for even Vitaly Laletin to do something with the press if the match stops in such a huge favorable position for Vitaly. But Michael is planning to shut that down. He doesn't want Vitaly to have that chance. Devon has also commented about this match. He said that on paper Vitaly is the favorite, but he knows how much this match means to Michael Todd. It means everything. That's why he won't be going down that easy. And in fact, if the match stops, which it most likely will, Michael Todd will be the favorite. If Michael can beat Vitaly, there's a very good chance that he also beats Levan. If he can stop the match with Vitaly, he can stop the match with Levan. Now this is a very powerful statement, and some, or I would say many people, will disagree with that. Because first of all, I think stopping Vitaly and stopping Levan may not be the same thing. I know there may only be a very small gap between those two things, but beating Vitaly after the match is stopped, I think it is going to be way easier than beating Levan Saginashvili if the match gets stopped. I know he got stopped by Hermes Gasparini, but that was a different deal, and now Levan is working on that thing as well. Thanks for watching, like the video, and I'll see you again.